Okay, morning everyone. We are sitting in Brackenhurst.
Yeah,
Is it
like
Brackenhurst?
better known as Lower
Lower LA, yeah. With Borries from Borrisimo's, a guest house and restaurant out in Brackenhurst. Borries, thanks for being here.
LA. Oh, I was surprised when you asked me. Thanks.
No, it's all good. Um, Give us just tell us what some of your accolades, like I know you Prime Master more than once.
Well, I've won various braai competitions. The very first one I did was called Bring 'em Braai, and it was a show on Cakenet with Tasty Bosveld, and that was my first TV show. Before that, I did some poetry cross competitions and all these type of things. But it led up to opening the door for me into saying yes, who else is doing anything right? We wasn't any other bright competition. It was like a Afrikaans TV show, and we had a guest here that was staying here. He was like a Jack Daniels fanatic, and he told me about this big barbecue competition that's happening in America called the Jack Daniels World Barbecue Invitational. I said, yes, really? Is it like it's the whole world is here? I said, but it's South Africa. He said, no. Oh, that's strange. Yeah, for a barbecue competition, you're like
Yeah, we're one of
the
the
world.
one of the best in the world.
And but then I soon
Hold the
learned,
mic up.
learned that it's definitely not barbecue's not right. So yeah, I've done barbecue smoking in America. We did that for 4 years. It was in Vegas, on the strip. I did some. We made fire there. I've been to Ultimate Brine Master. We did that for 4 years. That we went to America,
Sure,
Kansas
that's
City,
crazy.
Florida. We had a pet pig. We had an RV at the end. That we traveled with. First year was two RVs. We traveled all the way on the Route 66 for I think 3,000 miles. It took us
Sure,
about
that's crazy.
14, 20 to 3 weeks. Yeah, so I've I've um I've definitely
Been
put
around
my
the
head
block.
into many fires in my time, whether it comes to barbecue smoking and braai and cooking with fire. So, but I've always been into it. It's been my passion all along. It's not a, it's not a. I think I've been born to do this in a way.
Look, you are very good at it. Every time we come to eat here, I'm getting some food a little bit later. Every time we come and eat here or bride here or barbecued here or smoked here. Speaking of smokers, you've got a whole lot of smokers around us that I'm busy looking at. Am I right? This
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
two, three.
I think there's this. The nice thing about smoking is it's something that if you understand how it works, that there's different things that work quite well. But most of these are things that I have in a way converted to do what we're doing. That used to be an old um, a charcoal, not a charcoal, coal oven where they took
Mm,
the moisture of coals in the laboratories. Actually, a lab oven, but we took out all the electrics out of it and
converted it.
converted it. So each of them has got its own little purpose. One I picked up, it's all the way from the UK. It's called Bertha. This thing weighs a ton. I tell you, it's like a
Looks
safe
like it. Looks like it.
safe door. And the first time I thought, I thought, geez, and I got it on the auction floor for an absolute bargain. These things are some of them are quite expensive.
I
I
can
don't know.
imagine. I see this one says Bertha on the front.
Yeah. These birds. That's the one. Apparently they well, like I said, they are from the UK,
Yeah.
and and these specific ones are they used in places like the Dallas. So they're over 5,000 pounds. I got it for bargain. That was in COVID. Someone must have burnt their fingers trying to open a restaurant on fire. I was
Yeah.
have to get it.
Look, it's
So
a
otherwise,
beautiful unit.
there's no way
But no,
that
the bribe, it's the ultimate bribe master.
yeah,
That
Ultimate
was,
Prime Master is definitely one of the toughest ones
yeah.
that I've taken part in. Um,
That was a very competitive tournament, as far as I remember.
Very much. I don't think when you let yourself into these type of things that you realize, um, what it is about. To be honest, the I think the competitiveness of it obviously is there, and with Bry, like everyone think and wants and believe that they're the best Briar, and when you're in a situation like that, it's very different. There's a lot of money
Yeah.
involved. It's obviously TV. So
And it's top.
people,
I'm sure it's
it
top guys as well.
becomes very, very. It's a mixture, you know.
Yeah.
What I've seen with TV is there's always a very good balance and mix of skills and what people bring to the table for us as South Africans. You know, at the end of the day, I think if it was just cooking, you know, with these shows, it can become monotonous in a way, if I can say. But it's certainly not like that when you in a competition environment.
Yeah.
You know they think these things through to challenge people, especially Brian Master or any show for that matter. I was more recently on Afrikaans one called Kokkedoor. And the format of competitions, you know, is also different for different things. You know, Ultimate Brian Master was really a test of many things, but we know we pulled almost 3 months on that.
Jeez,
So
that's
3 months away from home,
That is crazy.
it was really quite intense. The other shows that I've done is you know maybe a day or a week or
Yeah.
something like that. You know, Kokkedoor was 3 weeks, which is a very big production team. But Ultimate Brian Master was on a completely different level,
Massive.
scale in its days. You know, it's always also had you know taken some knocks of all the you know
Yeah.
everything that's going on. But for me, it really pushes you to the ultimate to test you in a way that you don't know what to expect. And I think that's
Yeah.
the thing with Ultimate Brown Master is we never knew what's happening or what is the challenge next. No recipes, no
Well, that's what makes you good, eh?
Google,
Yeah, that's what makes you
all
good.
those type of things. No preparation where they say to you, okay, listen, think about this. You know, this is what we're going to do. Or, this is a heads up. No, we didn't know what's going to be inside the pantry. Nothing like that. So
That's crazy.
it does certainly makes it makes it very challenging, honestly. And I think the biggest thing with the competitions is that it makes you question yourself the whole time, you know, and you get to a point where you see, okay, listen, if you're going to try and please the judges, you know, you're going to burn your fingers sooner or later. And I
Yeah.
think that's at that point where you just dig deep and cook, you know, with what's in front of you and with experience that you've had.
Yeah.
That helps a lot, you know.
Well, look, guys, if you ever get out here to Borrisimo's, you'll as you walk in, you'll see there's a like a little piano, I think it is, in the front
Yes,
with all of his accolades, and the dude's got serious accolades. So come through over here, come and eat here, and you'll see why he's got so many accolades.
thank you. No, no, it's for me, it's you know, I've worked in when I was younger. I worked in some fine restaurants. I worked in England for some of the best restaurants and fine dining and stuff.
Sure.
And as much as I enjoy food, for me, um, and our environment was I had to feel comfortable in doing the food that for me comes from the heart. And fire cooking is what we do mostly. But geez, we do anything. Eh? We do our breakfast. You know, but again, I think we do it a bit different. You know,
Eat that one.
we do like the bacon. Our bacon is we smoke it ourselves. We make it
Oh, that's
ourselves
great.
from scratch. Our breads, although we still have normal bread,
Yeah.
you know, we make bread from scratch. And it's a couple of small things, you know, that we try and do that makes it different. But yeah, we over time, and it takes time, you know. But people word of mouth is
It's
the only
important.
thing.
Yeah.
We're not a full restaurant. We cater on certain nights. We set out a menu to a group of people that's on our WhatsApp group. Um, tell them what we do. We don't do the same thing all the time. We
Yeah.
change it up. And you know that suits a lot of people, and it might not suit you because you might say, "Yeah, next week Thursday I would like to go to Borries, and then I'm going to be cooking something
That you don't like. Yeah.
that is not." So it's got its pros and its cons. But I've always been scared of
A fixed
not
menu.
a restaurant,
Yeah.
such, not a menu, because if you're catering for a menu, you know how many people you're
Yeah.
cooking for. We're in a restaurant, there might be 2 people walking in, and there might be 20 walking in, and either way, it's shit.
Yeah.
So there's no happy
Happy
medium
medium. Yes.
in it, in the unknown of it.
Are you still doing pizzas though? You see the pizza company still
Yeah,
going?
in the beginning, again, I thought, okay, let's make something different in the pizzas, and we use brown flour, and this and that, and our my pizza journey has also been a learning curve over a long period of time, playing with the dough, understanding the dough,
Yeah.
and for for me, the pizzas is really becoming now authentic in its own way, because
Oh my
you
good.
can have a pizza, you can have a piece of dough that's round
Yeah.
and that's got toppings on and it's baked in the oven, or you could have a dough that is developed over a day or two, and so yeah, again, we work on the number of people that's coming. I work out how much dough I'm going to need for that day, and then it's all, you can bring this up. Thank you.
Breakfast has arrived.
This is for Shania.
Thank you.
There we go. Thank you. Let's give us some cutlery, please.
Just look at that. Thank you, sir.
Lovely. Cheers, man.
Thank you.
Anyway, so yeah, it's I think all of these things has been, for me, it's just been a slow over time repetition. Pizzas, we used to do pizzas on Wednesday night, every Wednesday night.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
that was the thing, And I also saw that, okay, then we've got it, when we're busy, and then we've like 2 weeks not busy. And so we decided to mix it up a bit as well. But, with making things from scratch,
Yes.
and playing and seeing the end results and the differences it happens, it gets you to the point that it's on a par to authentic Italian type of dough.
Yeah, I remember the pizzas
The
that
base.
you did here were very, very good. They
No,
were very good. You could also choose your own toppings at one point, as far as I remember.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
We done that, and now we also do a thing where, because I remember the days when at Pizza Hut, and you had the trolley there, and you had all sorts
Yeah.
of pizzas you can help yourself and whatnot, and then you feel like you're lucky if you get some meat on some of them,
Yeah.
and that for me has always been a cool thing, because so we try and replicate that in a way, by sending different types of pizzas to a table for people to have a piece of a pizza and taste different pizzas, rather than having a whole pizza. It's the same philosophy that I have when cooking steaks. Is that I would rather cook one big steak and cut it into, people can help themselves
Yeah.
to slices or cuts of that steak, than giving each one their own steak that has to be a certain weight
Yes.
and
Yes.
a
Yes.
certain size, and then the thickness is not suiting the it's really difficult, if you take a 500-gram T-bone steak, for argument's sake, it can be this thin or it can be this thick.
Yeah.
It's still 500 grams. So where do you draw the line? And it's not going to be as easy or as nice if you're cooking according to weight, rather than saying, okay, I've got so many people, and for them 10 people, I need X amount in kilograms
Yes.
of steak, or for that matter, pizza, like you said, but the topic that we were on. For me, it's a bit it's lacquer when you can have different.
Mix it up a little.
Yeah, and then you've got half pizza, so that's about the best you're going to get.
Yeah.
If you go and sit down in a normal environment.
And do you cater for, like, if somebody wants to hire you to come out and do the food for them?
We do. I think it's a different business in a way, from what we're doing here, and you have to be geared and rigged for it. So
Yeah.
we're not completely rigged for it. I've been I've been in that game, where we did catering for many years, so I'm very familiar with. The thing is, when you're cooking with fire, is very different to normal catering. So if you've got a spit bride, fair enough, you arrive with your spit,
Yeah.
connect your gas bottle. Most of the times, that if they're not cooking with fire, which
Yeah.
is most of the times, the guys will have a gas set up. All the other food is prepared. It's just a matter of heating it up or putting it in a bain marie and then waiting for the meat to cook. That is about as much as you'll get in fire cooking
Yeah.
out there, for catering purposes. But with the stuff that we do, there's live fire, there's hot fires, there's heavy
This is the
equipment.
best one.
You can check. I mean, even like Bertha, we have to load it. It took
Oh
6
no,
people just
that
to
thing's
lift it up.
huge.
You see.
Yeah.
Big Bertha, which is the cabinet one. It's really, really, very heavy equipment. So I've done various type of catering events, but we do it in a way that we don't have to travel with all the big
With
equipment.
too many things. Yeah.
And I'm looking at, like I say, I've designed so many things with fire that I've got something that's portable now. So it's my plan to get a bit more geared for it because we can only host so many people here. Not
Yeah.
everyone wants to have a party at a specific place, so we need to be flexible, a bit more flexible in that.
I think it'll bring more income
So
as well.
it will help us. But again, you have to
Do you smoke often still? Or is it every now and
smoking
then?
meat or
Meat, yeah.
oh yes,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course. But, I
What is your best
I
meat?
guess cigarettes I stopped smoking for that's why. But definitely near this designated smoking area that we've got to sign up here for. But I do smoke. Or I've at one stage I just did the smoking, and it was, I was one of the first guys that really um, taught myself in a way to do it. If I
Yeah.
can say to you, obviously there's so much YouTube and all this information out there that one can use as resources. And
I think trial and error is probably your best resource.
that's exactly. And then, if you look at the different smokers, there's one that's standing there next to the pool.
Yeah.
You can see its doors, its hinges off because it's for me. Although it was my first smoker and the one that you think, okay, this is the smoker that you have to build, it was the most unpractical one of them, especially in South Africa, because the Americans got a culture of doing these things where there's a lot of people. Where brides in South Africa is a more intimate type of thing, and it's not such bigger cuts and stuff that's involved. So when you look at something and you start saying, when I started out, I thought, okay, well, that's the offset smokers, the
Yes.
holy grail of smokers. But in time that you learn that, these things are very, very finicky. They use a lot of fuel, specific type of woods, and if you're only going to put a few pieces of meat on it,
Is it worth going doing it?
it becomes quite so the volumes put you off if you don't have the right equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's your favorite meat to smoke?
favorite meat, man? I don't think that one can say it's a favorite. There's a favorite meat for me, but I think the most important thing with these things um, is to get good quality meat rather than saying, okay, this is the one. And I think with smoking, it's important to know that you need meat that is good. How can I put it? It's actually the tougher meats, the
Yes.
tougher cuts, and you need to allow time for it. So you want to. A smoker's not made for things like smoking prawns. And sorry, it's got its place, with what you're smoking. So to answer your question, I think people when they start out smoking and they want to learn, they start with chicken, and that is the most difficult one to smoke of all the meats, to be honest with you. So
The chicken.
yeah, no, really, not the easiest, in there because to get it tender and it can accept too much smoke. These are the tricky. So I would say if someone is, did I switch this off now? Sorry, no, I didn't.
No.
Um, if you if you're starting out, then to learn your equipment and to see how the cooking process works, chicken is your most affordable thing to do, but it can put you off or your family off from smoking meat if you're just starting out
It's
because
funny that you
it's
say that
unforgiving.
because I know a couple of people who've got the like the drum smoker,
Yeah,
and it's now just something that stands in the backyard.
yeah. If you
They've
mess it
stopped
up
it there
once or
completely.
twice, that's the thing. People, especially family, if you're cooking, because that's where you usually would start.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's with your family, and then if you don't get it right, they also
They're not so forgiving.
they don't pussyfoot. They sort of tell you, or or I don't know, you know. But you can become despondent in your own if you're not if you don't get it right the first time. And it's like anything, you have to practice it. If
Yeah,
you
you
don't
can
practice and you
screw it up
don't,
fast.
or you need someone to
Yeah,
show you the ropes. That can take a lot of the practice time out of it. And like I said, there's a lot of info out there. Don't get me wrong, but the info that's out there is not as valuable as talking to someone that is burnt their fingers in whatever it may be. Whether it's smoking or making bread or whatever it may be. Different things in life I found. Um, Trial and error and literally repetition and keeping on doing it is
experience
is
is the
is
father
is, is the thing. Yeah, you
of
can't
learning.
you can't fake these things. You do get better, and you do become more critical of yourself
Of
because
course,
you're
yes.
always
Yeah.
critical of what you're putting out. But if you the better that you get, you I don't think you'll ever be happy, completely happy, but you'll be happy
Yeah.
to a point. You'll certainly be unhappy if you don't get it right. Let me put it that way. There's a norm. Say, okay, this is up to standard, and the standard becomes better. But if it's not up to standard, then it becomes less often. Luckily, as you know.
Well, you know, besides food, your guest house going well?
Guest house is been a challenging business. Sometimes we felt like we in the
The-
VHS type business. People have changed so much in COVID. Their habits, their traveling habits,
yes.
companies' traveling habits, and just for people to, I found, that in general, people to get out. People are in COVID and the aftermath of it. They've made the environments more comfortable,
Yes.
and they're quite happy to stay at home. Which was not like it. And the other thing that's also changed because of all these things that we've gone through is, in the past there was fast food. You had hamburgers,
Yeah.
you had your fast food joints, and that's where you could get food delivered or ordered. And now, doesn't matter what restaurant it is, whether it's a McDonald's or your fine dining places, there's options for you not to go to the restaurant and have it delivered, or you collect it,
So people rather
or
stay home.
Uber, or Eat. There's so many platforms now for people to get things brought to them, and that is changing our the dynamic of a guest house, of people going out for dinner, eating out, socializing in general. It's become more of a celebratory thing, with a
Yeah,
birthday.
if it's a
It's not
special
so much
event.
more a social thing. People don't socialize as much, in my view, since we've been going here for almost 20 years. And although I've always said I'm scared of a restaurant and I don't want to have a restaurant, we were forced to
Do it.
do that, which I'm glad for, because at the end of the day, it did help us push the boundaries and get better at what we do. But it's certainly not. It's not been. It's not. For me. It's become more difficult in the last couple of years than what it was. Definitely. But I do think that slowly but surely we are next year, and even in this year, the end of this year is showing for me that there is definitely a change. Hopefully back to where we were.
Always.
You know,
You do have some guests here, though.
we are. Yeah,
How many
that's true.
units do you have there?
There's 13 rooms, yeah.
Oh, 13. Oh,
13 rooms. So no, we definitely, our occupation is there's always something happening here. There's always people
yes, that's
here.
great. Guys, it's
And
beautiful here.
we've
There's a pool here, amazing garden, 13 units. Here in Brackenhurst. Come and have a good chat. Come and stay over. If you drink too much, get a room. It happened with me.
yeah.
The one year we did a year-end function here where Borries did us like a Viking dinner for
I
our
still
team.
remember. In actual fact, I still have one of those wooden cups. You remember
Oh,
we
yes,
had
that
some
we had
mead.
the
We
soup
did
in
some
it.
mead, and we had special cups turned. You know, it was all
Yes,
this
those wooden
wooden
ones.
theme.
It
And
was amazing. We had the wooden plates and everything, and
yeah,
it
we
was
had
mostly
specific.
meat that we had. It
Yeah,
was
like
such a
a
good
real
day.
Viking
Yeah,
Viking dinner.
the team
Sitting
had
in the
such an amazing day.
yeah, it was memorable. You know, we've met so many great people
Yeah, we've
in
known each
this
other for
place. You
years,
know,
eh?
yeah, that for me is one of the most satisfying things I
The
think
people.
that of my job is just the people that we meet and you know getting them in their unpretentious, you know,
Yes.
relaxing
Yeah.
type of of, of, of of environment. You know, people are very different. I think you know when they're at work to when they relaxing a bit. You know,
Yes.
and yeah, so we've made many so many friends
Good friends.
and
Yeah.
connections and
It's good.
you know
I like that.
just so I think slowly in time you know you know you become part of a community you know in a way in what you do if you do that if you're doing that long.
And how's your boy doing?
He's doing extremely well, man.
That's good.
Yeah, Shane, I must say.
That's good. I'm
You
glad.
know, I remember, you know, what was he? When was he? Grade one. He was
Yeah,
very
he was
small.
very
It was
small.
very small, and I brought him to the training club and sat
Yeah, he
and
was
you know
trying.
he was small. He's
A
becoming a
little
big
young
boy.
man
He
now.
played provincial rugby.
Yeah. Oh, that's
You know,
brilliant.
he was top two in the school,
Yes.
number two in academics.
Brilliant.
So he just finished primary school now. My daughter's is in high school. She'll be finishing soon, next
She's
year
in
too.
high school already.
Yeah, yeah. I
Wow,
tell
that's
you, oh no,
crazy.
she's grade 11 next year.
That is
So
crazy.
no, the kids are doing. Yeah, I
Jeez,
tell
man.
you. I don't know. I just wanted to say I don't know if you remember. I'm sure you do, but obviously in the run up to Ultimate Brown Master, that's when I came for training there
Mm.
to the club. So there was a stage where I thought, listen, this is a very physical competition that I'm getting into, and I've always been, you know, in our industry, I've just slowly picked up weight and just, you know, you don't realize it how it catches up, and when I the competition was postponed a couple of times, but I must have spent about 3 4 months with you,
Yeah, I think it
okay?
was about 3 4 months.
Jeez, up until I went for the comp, and and I didn't drink for 7 months before the competition as well when I
That's
was training
brilliant.
and stuff. Yeah,
That's good.
so I left the booze and I trained there with you guys, Flip, and I'll tell you, it was it definitely helped me a lot. And then on the show, obviously, you had this big beer sponsors and stuff.
And you, yeah,
And
you're drinking beer.
yeah, I got onto the slippery slope again. You know, the very first day when we sat around the fireboard, well,
Here
Boris,
we
you
go.
know, you can't really
Do this
can't
without.
do this
Yeah.
without and yet you know, it's again when was it? 2018, 5 years, yeah,
Yeah,
let's say
what's it?
6 7 years. So since then, and yeah, it's. I think you know the what for me and our in our relationship, you know, you guys have played a big role in kids' lives as well. It's in my kids' lives, you know.
Yeah.
So that's for me is the lucky thing of Alberton. You know,
Yeah, Alberton's a good
people
place.
people are there's some jewels here. Eh?
Yes, 100%.
I really think so, and that's cool that you also using this platform. You know.
Yeah, well, we're gonna wrap it up in we're 30 minutes in. So
Lekker, man.
thank you very much for
Yeah, I'm gonna have
having
my
me here.
omelette now,
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna also
thanks
enjoy that breakfast.
thanks for having me.
No, it's a
Shall
pleasure, man.
we,
I'm just hoping the audio comes out, so we might have to do this again.
really?
Let's
Well, we'll
hope
see.
so.
My light's still green.
Yeah, no, it's still
I've
green.
pressed it for a couple of times here, so I don't get the back,
So
and
we'll
I
see.
don't
Yeah,
like a deep sound.
so
Or
we'll see. But anyways,
whatever.
guys, thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Borries, for being over here, and
Thanks for
thanks
having
for
me,
this
man.
breakfast.
It's my first podcast, so.
Yeah, so I'm hoping the audio comes out. If it does, cool. If it doesn't, we'll sit and do this again. All right, cheers, guys.
Okay, cheers.
Ciao.
Thank you.